What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Hanlon, aka the Laptop Leopard. Laptop Legend. Sorry, if you guys were in Discord today, you get that reference. But yeah, today I'm gonna be talking about the stocks that you guys need to be watching for tomorrow. Today I closed in over $3,000 in day trading profits. Absolutely killing it. And man, I mean, still a lot of stocks in play, still a lot of drama going on. We got Bitcoin over 50,000, so there's a lot of sympathy plays for that. There's a lot of other stocks that are going on. MITI had the, I don't know, some conference. We had a presentation from my boy Larry Diamond, and yeah, just got a lot of stuff to talk about today, so stay tuned. Like this video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you have not already, and turn on post notifications because I post really time-sensitive videos a lot of times. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's dive into my computer and talk about these stonks, baby. All right, guys, so I'm here at my laptop, and here you can see KNOS. And this was a stock that I talked about primarily. I mean, this was, I guess, the biggest watch for tomorrow in yesterday's video, so the biggest watch for today. And you can see that, it spiked really hard in the close. It had a really nice gap up today. It did. And I was looking for it to continue to spike out of that, but man, this thing opened, and everyone who's held this overnight just sold into that gap up, which caused a huge panic below the close, and then it had just like a lame kind of choppy bounce and just was gross all day with very little volume. So you can see, I mean, I did buy this stock. I bought 12,500 shares overall and made $4.79 on it. So very disappointing day from this stock, honestly. But this is a good example of why you don't turn into a bag holder and why you have to, read the momentum of the stock and take your profits when you have them, It's a pretty good indication of that. There was just a lot of stuff today in the market that was acting weird, and I think a lot of that was because the overall market was down today. So if you go, let's see, this is another one, OPTI. This is one that they announced some really good earnings news, and I think they beat their revenue expectations by like 1,000% or something crazy like that. I think they had like $7 million in profit on the quarter or something like that. Again, this is just what I've heard over the grapevine. Feel free to do your own research on OPTI. But this one, I mean, I was expecting really good things about this. I only heard about that late at night, so I didn't know until the morning. Again, I talked about it in Discord. But you can see here, it gapped up as well. And then it had a panic sell-off, announcing $7 million in earnings and beating revenue by 1,000%. How does that make any sense? This market is very unpredictable, which is, again, a reason why I really try to avoid turning into a bag holder. And I don't know if someone got word that it had really good earnings up in here because, man, it just randomly took off and finally went on a nice spike. I traded it a little bit. You can see I made $329 on this ticker. But I mean, couldn't really convincingly break past that high day and then just faded off. So not sure what this one's going to do overall. Looking at this trend, I mean, man, needs to break this for sure. For sure needs to break that if it's going to continue to go. If it doesn't do it off of these earnings, man, when is it going to do it? So I'm just interested to see what's going to happen. And hopefully this one continues and we get some nice momentum out of this one. My biggest loss of the day, let me scroll down so you guys can see, was AITX. And this thing today literally felt like there was a fat dude sitting on the stock. Like, I don't know if you guys can tell looking at this price action, but I mean, look at all these red candles, man. This should have been the perfect panic dip buy. And I bought in here, and look at that. There's just a flat line. It literally could not get over that fat dude. And then it started panicking off that. I started selling here when it couldn't break up. So I cut my losses early, but there was so much slippage, I market sold and couldn't get out. I took too many shares. I took 100,000 or something, and I took multiple stabs at this stock, and finally ended up getting out down here right before the actual bounce. Because I missed that bounce, then I got aggressive and started revenge trading, and it was just gross all day long, man. There were a few run-ups, but I think that was just when the fat man left for half a second to get a sandwich or something. Because after that, literally such a struggle to move up at all. I mean, this thing should have been bouncing a lot more than it was. I think someone's selling some serious shares on this, hiding some size, definitely some huge reserve orders. So this one, I would just be aware of this stock. You got to be careful of this stock. Now, TSMP, man, broke below $1. This bounce, man, I wish I made more on TSMP. That's what frustrates me. I made some on this bounce, took my profits, got out, made some on this bounce, took my profits, got out. Didn't get executed on this bounce and didn't want to chase it, and then it ended up bouncing all the way up, rejecting off of 102, came back down under $1, came all the way back up here, and couldn't break above this level, faded back down, and then consolidated and was near, I would say pretty near maybe it's halfway, halfway between low and high. But I mean, look at this, guys. Look at this. This is down. I mean, how much is this down? This is down over 50%. It's down over 50%. And I know, I thought it was overextended here, and it went farther than that. But if you were able to hold through all this and you didn't sell any here, and now you're still holding all of it here, I mean, it's an annoying feeling. And there were people who thought this could never, ever go under $1 again. And you just never want to underestimate how low stocks can go, because they can always go lower than you think. And if you're up huge, you got to lock some of those profits in, even if you believe in the company long term. And that's how I feel about it. When it gets overextended like this, a couple of green days, okay, that's fine. Keep holding. But when you get like this, a gap up this, a gap up this, all the way up here, I mean, that's just a lot. It's a lot. And again, now we're under $1. So what is tomorrow going to do? I have no idea. Maybe it's another morning panic, or maybe it just starts to rip back up through. But, I'm going to be looking to ride momentum whichever way it goes. If we see some morning panics, I'll dip by them. If we see it spiking right out of the gate, I'll look to buy that momentum and ride it. And I'm pretty sure Forwardly did the same type of thing. Yeah, you can see it had a big sell-off today, but just choppy, low volume, harder to get executed. So keep that in mind. OZSC had a really nice panic dip buy right at open. And I sold way too soon on this. I think I always sell way too soon. But, it was pretty nice. This one, man, on this chart, on the 1 month chart, I really think this could be a decent swing trade. I really do. It needs to hold that 28 level. You can see right here, it needs to hold that. But I mean, it's holding this 30-cent level pretty well. That's looking like some pretty good consolidation support. So I feel like an entry around this area would be decent if it can hold 28. And I feel like there's a good risk to reward on that, good upside. So if it consolidates maybe a day or two more, that would be ideal. I'm not sure that it can hold it that long, but we'll see what happens. Definitely gonna be watching this stock heavily. And man, I think there's some big money to be made on this stock. If it breaks past 50 cents, again, I think it can run pretty darn hard. We know what happens when stocks break past that psychological barrier. I already showed you what happened with SHMP, but I'll just review it one more time. SHMP, again, it broke past this 50-cent psychological barrier. Come on, let me draw this line. Come on, baby. 50 cents right here. Broke past this 50-cent psychological barrier and just went on a massive run all the way up to 88 cents. So we could see a similar thing out of OZSC if it breaks 50 cents. I would love to see that. I think it's a decent swing trade right now, risking off of 28 cents. Let's see. BTSC, this is one that, relates to the Bitcoin hype right now. And I made some decent money on this one, closed near the highs. I was just afraid to overnight this because... Oh, sorry, I just kicked my desk. I was afraid to overnight this because I think if Bitcoin has one of those massive panics that it has sometimes, breaks under 50,000, it could get ugly for BTCS. So you just got to be aware of that. But if Bitcoin continues to run, this is going to continue to be in play, and I'm definitely going to be looking to ride that momentum. Had a lot of volume in Power Hour going into close. I mean, a lot of volume. So definitely be watching that stock. Let's see. Yeah, so MITI. Man, this stock is literally still just consolidating, man. Literally just consolidate. And I keep slapping that ask anytime it hops under 40. I bought another 20,000 shares today, so I'm now up to 100,000 shares of MITI. And man, I still love this stock after listening to my boy Larry Diamond speak today at that, I don't know. It was some presentation, some online emerging growth conference. I think that's what it was called. And he talked about a lot of things and, really helped to explain why the company is poised for explosive growth. And man, I don't know if there's some replay somewhere, but if there is, definitely go try to check that out. He talked about the fact that their goal is to uplist, and he gave a timeline by that to by the end of May, like around that May area. He said their goal is to uplist. So the price cannot be at 40 cents if it's uplisting. I've got 100,000 shares. As long as I keep getting more day trading profits, I'm gonna keep funneling them into this bad boy because I think of this as my bank account that could go down a little bit and will go up a lot in the long run. That's how I think of this stock. It's the only stock that I trust. It's really the only stock that I trust. Let's see, PHCF. This is one that was just, spiking quickly. And sometimes you'll get these low float stocks that spike up in the middle of the day and then come back down. And man, this is just one example where if you get in a little bit early, you can take some nice profits there. Another one was TYHT. I underestimated this one a lot. Oh, I'm watching. Oops. Yeah, I'm watching. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. There's the 1 minute chart, and you can see I got in really early on this one, and I got in huge size, underestimated the hell out of it. I got in 5,000 shares. Where did I get in? 5,000 shares at 515, that 515, 512 area. So, I mean, I got in right here, and it went really high. I mean, it went all the way up to 6, so beautiful trade. We have a lot of Nasdaqs that are low float squeezing right now. We got some good ones after hours. Let's see. CHNR. This one absolutely went ham after hours. No, am I thinking of the right one? Okay, well this one did start squeezing after hours. There was one that squeezed a ton after hours. Let me see if I can find it. CBLI. This is another one you guys definitely want to be watching. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This one went parabolic out of nowhere. Huge fade down, curling back up, squeezing a little bit here. So have this one be on the watch list for tomorrow. Be watching it in pre-market, and if it breaks over this high, man, it could definitely run. Let's see what else is going. CHNR, yeah, APYP. This is one that was in play today, and it had some nice uptrends, but it faded off right towards the end of the day. So that makes it a little hard to to trust in terms of keeping it into close. So I'm not sure what this one's going to do. If you look at the overall chart, I mean, it's got a big green day, so maybe it's time for a panic now. 2 billion shares traded, a lot of volume on this one. Let's just see. Let's see, is there anything else? APM, I think that was another low float. There's a lot of low float Nasdaqs, guys. I'm trading those a little bit more. Again, same thing here. If you buy in early, when the volume just starts to come in, you can sell, into the first spike. That's typically what I do. But some of these do go on really big runs. I'm trying to find the one that went on a huge run. Oh gosh, where is it? All right, so IPDN started squeezing after hours. IPDN started squeezing after hours. That's the one. Maybe I typed in the wrong ticker. Yeah, so PHCF, this one absolutely went ham after hours. I was trading it in here, and where did I buy it? What was my price on this one? I bought it, I bought 1,000 at 446, and I sold them, and then this thing was at, $10 in after hours. That's crazy. So I'm trying to focus a little bit more on some of these as well, not just OTC stocks. I know some of you guys can't trade OTC stocks, so if you can't, focus on these low float Nasdaqs because there's definitely a lot of potential in these. This one is on high watch for tomorrow. If it can hold up these gains, even hold up half this level, maybe the 750 area, that'd be nice, and potentially could see a huge spike. So be watching out for that, guys. I mean, there's so many stocks that were moving today. AABB, this is another OTC stock that was moving today. But this one was really hard to get executions on, guys. Really hard to get executions on. And, a buy order, it's printing my price below my price for a minute and I don't get executed. That's a little scary to me. So it's tough for me to play this one. I mean, it has a nice chart with lots of volatility. But, man, you got to be so careful. You got to be so careful, guys. Got to be so careful. That's a big, that's a lot of green up, a lot of green days. So probably going to get a panic out of this one at some point. Just be aware, you could get screwed on that. IPDN, again, this one was moving after hours. IPDN, I traded this one, lost a little bit from chasing this and then cutting quickly. But, again, low float. We know this has a history of spiking. Look at that graph. I mean, definitely can go hard. So if it breaks past those levels, could really get going. Wait, I guess it did in after hours already. Yeah, it already did in after hours. That's crazy. So we'll see if it holds this and then spikes past, breaks in normal market hours. This could be another good trade. You just got to trade with caution on these guys. Small size can really add up. So you can get a good entry and try to be patient with it because low floats can spike like that. You get in right before a ton of buying comes in. You buy 100 shares, you make $1 a share. That's $100 like that. Or you buy 1,000 shares, you make $1 a share. That's $1,000 like that. So, man, just be ready for these low floats, guys, because it seems like they're coming back in play a little bit more. Some of these OTC stocks are being a little more suspicious, if that makes sense. WKSP, this is another one that was really hard to get executed on. This had an insane run from 28 all the way up to 80, pretty much 80. 82. I mean, what is that run? 27 all the way up to 82 with no pullbacks. That's insane. Huge panic. A little bit of a bounce, more of a panic, a bigger bounce. I couldn't get executed on any of these guys, not on any of them. And I placed my orders well in advance. This one was impossible to get executed on. I don't know if any of you guys got executed and nailed this one. This was, I mean, the most opportunity of the day. I mean, so much volatility there. Again, that what? That triple? Am I tripping? I mean, that pretty much tripled, right? From 27 to 82. That's like 3x. You put in $5,000, you get out $15,000. No. I don't know. I can't do math. I think that's right. Maybe it's 20. I don't know. You guys tell me if I'm right. But yeah, I mean, lots of opportunity here. I didn't get executed. If some of you guys nailed this, let me know in the comments below, because I could not buy this stock to save my life. And yeah, I mean, some other stocks doing some things. Nothing that I'm too interested in. MINE just kind of choppy. SFOR had, a little bit of a panic dip buy, but nothing too crazy. SIRC, a panic dip buy. I mean, there's panic dip buys pretty much every day, guys. INKW, this one's just choppy. TSOI, yeah, nothing too crazy there. BMIX, this one's actually starting to perk up. This was nice. If you look at this chart, the consolidation, I mean, is pretty nice here, guys, honestly, and it perked up nicely off that level. I wish I'd thought to look for, an entry around that 3-cent area, because that's nice. It held that support really nicely and is now up more than 10% from that area. So, if I'd looked to buy in here in this area, that would have been ideal. But, we'll see what this does now long term. I think it could definitely, pop back up above the 5-cent level. So this could be a decent swing as well. Risking those lows here. Maybe risking 250 on this. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you made it to the end, I want to show you my bird noise. Let's see if I can do it still. I think that sounds like a bird. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just tripping. I licked my lips a lot for that too, so I hope no one turns that into a meme. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, you know the drill. Let's grow better together. Preguntar, bebé, dime por qué te mientes. No puedes esconder todo lo que tú por mí sientes.